Welcome to the Heavy Sweater Podcast. My name is John King. Thanks for listening to the podcast. If this is your first time listening, this is the Heavy Sweater Podcast, a deep dive into the beginnings of local Australian musicians and bands of the heavy variety. There's a new vibe to the show this week. Like I said, probably in every episode, this is to grow the scene in Brisbane and Australia. So every 10 episodes from now on, I've decided to feature two bands just to get the word out for new bands coming up in the scene. So this week's episode, we've got Matt Baker from Hell's Horizons from Brisbane. They're a doom metal band. They're doing real cool stuff if you're into like that typo negative type deal. They've got two songs out at the moment, Devil's Night and The Haunting, and Matt's always been a super big supporter of the local scene for Brisbane for like years. He's been getting out to local shows whenever he can, supporting local bands, and he's finally getting some music out of his own. And the second interview is with Scott Masson of Outer Worlds, a Victorian metalcore band with a fresh self-titled EP out now. To me, some of the riffs are like a bit of Ghost Inside vibe, but overall just cool metalcore stuff. So with all that being said, it's Wednesday and you know what that means. Hey man.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good. Sick. We'll get right into everything and go for heavy music for you and like the first heavy band you ever remember hearing.
Yeah, man. So I probably starts when I was like fucking 5 or 6 years old, eh?
5 or 6, hectic.
Yeah, so I got an uncle that was always into like heavy tunes. He's like 10 years older than me, 10, 12 years older than me.
Okay.
And I remember sitting in his bedroom in fucking middle of nowhere town of Brankston, out west of Newcastle.
Cool.
And I remember sitting on his bed looking at the covers of Korn's 5 Litre and Limp Bizkit's Hot Dog Flavoured Water.
Okay.
And being like, what the fuck is this? Well, I don't even know if they were playing at the time.
Yeah.
But very visual memory of like those covers and just being
both like, hectic album covers. Hot Dog Flavoured Water is a pretty weird album cover. As a like child, it's fucking cool.
Yeah, man.
That's
and yeah, but like he just had CDs everywhere, and those two just stuck out.
That's
and then,
wild.
Yeah, like from there it probably jumps like when I was a bit older, like fucking video hits on Channel 10.
Okay, yeah.
Green Day and Blink, Korn, even Chili Peppers, man.
Okay, like the Stadium Arcadium Chili Peppers.
No, earlier stuff.
Oh, like older stuff, yeah. Because I feel like around that time of like video hits would have been around the time of Stadium Arcadium coming out.
Yeah,
so it would have been like everywhere.
Yeah, Stadium Arcadium was when we were in high school, and I think when it hits like towards the end of primary school with like American Idiot and shit.
Yeah. Same when I was a kid, yeah.
And then got like really into early Linkin Park.
Okay.
Towards the end of primary school, and then from there, high school happens, and you start
get heavier from high school.
Yeah, Guitar Hero 3 comes out, and it's just like, boom.
Yeah, I think Guitar Hero definitely changes like the perception of heavy music and like where it goes, because like as a kid you're exposed to what's on the radio.
Yeah,
and
100%.
At that time you're not going to get Before I Forget and shit on the radio.
No,
you're probably
especially in Australia.
You're gonna get like I think even at that time I knew who AFI was.
Yeah,
and I knew who the Killers were, and I'd known about Slipknot, but seeing them on there I was like, oh, they're mainstream now. Like Slipknot's a big band.
Yeah, and then you still get into it and you're like, oh, they're still not that mainstream.
Yeah.
As far as heavy music goes, but most people go, what the fuck is that?
yeah, for sure. In comparison to like what was huge at the time.
Oh yeah.
Metal was definitely not like everywhere and easily accessible, because I think emo had even died off at that point.
Yeah, 100%. Like that was like that early wave of emo definitely was starting to go down.
Yeah. Now it's mumble rappers being emos. Just sick.
Everyone loves a bit of mumble rap.
I fuck with that too.
Can't get into it, hey?
Oh man, you gotta try it. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, I should probably give it a hard to go.
Yeah. And had you played instruments earlier or only recently?
Yes. So I asked for a guitar for my 12th birthday.
Okay, sick.
That was probably the first guitar I got, and it was just a tiny little acoustic. For some reason, it was a steel string. It had the worst action imaginable. So I think I played it for like 2 or 3 weeks and went, yeah, this hurts.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, steel strings as a kid is not fun as fuck. It's so shit. Yeah. Like nylon strings are way better, and then you move up to steel strings on like electrics, and it's like way thinner, and like the tension's way less fucking hectic.
Yeah, 100%. And then so fucked around with that for a bit, but never really took it anywhere. And then started music in high school, and at that point I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm playing the like school instruments and shit.
Yeah.
And I got an electric a couple of years later, and sort of started fucking around with that.
Okay, sick.
And ended up with an nylon string acoustic as well. So
fuck yeah. What electric did you get when you got one?
Well, I just got an Ashton thing.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, sick.
You know, just sort of like everyone's first guitar. I mean, I've still got it. It's still the only electric I've ever had.
Oh fuck.
Because I ended up going over to bass.
Yeah. Bass is way more fun.
It's like, but like even going over to bass was my birth father gave me the one that he got when the year I was born, so it's as old as I am.
Okay, fuck, hectic.
And it's fucking wicked, man. I was playing it again for the first time in ages the other week, and it's like passive pickups, just a 4-string, gain, like just a fucking tone knob and a gain knob. That's it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And just fucking goes hard. Man.
Yeah, sick. I've got a Squire P bass, and it is so fucking sick. It's like $300, like cheap as shit, but it's such a fucking rad bass. Yeah.
Like, I got no idea how much you would have paid for this thing, because it's like a big black and gold thing. I think I've put photos on it on Instagram and shit.
Okay, sick.
And it's like fucking a Sonic. I don't even know that brand anymore. I don't think they're even around.
I think I see them on Facebook, and they're like essentially what like Legacy are now.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, like that sort of brand. But yeah, so you'd played like off and on younger. And then was it around high school time you started going to like local, well, not local shows, but shows in general? Yeah.
So 2008, I would have been 14. My uncle, the same uncle that I was hanging out with when I was like from
metal, cool uncle.
Yeah. He took me and we went and saw fucking Disturbed at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre in 2008. And it was behind Crimson Eyes, Alter Bridge, POD and Disturbed, man, and we were like way out the back.
What fucking tour is this?
It was the tour that they did for Indestructible, dude.
Okay.
And it just fucking went hard as shit. Like
Alter
at that
Bridge
time,
is such a weird band to put with Disturbed.
Yeah. Oh no, fucking went though, man, and like. So that was like, I knew who POD were at the time.
Yeah.
I had no idea who Behind Crimson Eyes or Alter Bridge were.
Yeah.
And saw Alter Bridge, man, and they were just tight as fuck.
Yeah.
That band, every time I've seen them, tight as fuck. And went through afterwards and ended up going to buy the Blackbird album because of that tour.
Yeah.
Like, just got way into them at that time, though. But yeah, like, because we're so far at the back, we can just see the whole pit. And it was like the first time seeing circles, first time seeing people crowd kill each other, all that shit. I was just like, oh, this is dope.
Sick.
And then, from that, it was the youth center near the high school that I went to. Used to gigs like every 2 months or so.
Oh,
and we just go throw down at those and like go hang out. And, like fucking just seeing shitty Newcastle fans and not around anymore.
What about I'm not sure if they're from Newcastle, but I know some of the guys in Lycanthrope are from Newcastle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Scotty and Jason are. I'm not sure if they are, but they used to be in Caraway Seed.
Yep.
Were they around?
If they were, man, I'm not sure. Because like
Okay.
where I lived, and like I lived like 45, 50 minutes north of Newcastle.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the gigs that I was going to were like 20 minutes from my house. So
Okay.
we were still out of town.
Yeah.
Like I think the first like gig in Newcastle I went to that was a local thing would have been a Secret Empire show, which is like this fucking thing that they used to put on at like just a town hall, man.
Okay.
And yeah, we just like for local gigs, that was the only one that I ever went to Newcastle for. Everything else was like sort of out in Newey.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But like we were seeing bands like Same Old Story was around at that point. They called Casper came out of that scene. There was another band that was just called Burnt Toast.
Yeah, fuck. Burnt Toast is such a sick name.
Yeah.
So and then
one of those gigs actually ended up being put on at a school hall for the high school that was near ours. And I remember going to that one. And one of the dudes that was playing drums in, I think it was a band called Lockjaw. Was actually a dude that was a couple of years older than us in high school. And it was that sort of first point of being like oh, anyone this.
Yeah.
So you start sort of putting it together from there and seeing that you know outside of actually playing shows.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck yeah, this is dope.
So it was someone in your local scene that was like made it accessible to you to be like, maybe I can do that.
Not really at that point, but it was that definitely that sort of first point of, I can. There is the ability to go and do it. But I wasn't chasing it at that point. Like I was playing and stuff, but like everyone else just seemed to be like constantly ahead of me, and that's like their skill levels when I was in high school. So I was like, I'm not good enough to be in a band. So I just didn't try.
Yeah. Well, I mean, playing bass, you don't really need to be as good as a guitar player. Just be there.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I love
that now. But at the time, I was like, no, got to be like the best, otherwise you can't.
Yeah. No, I think it's more like if you're passionate enough and willing to put in the work, it's definitely going to pay off. Skill helps, but like as long as you're passionate.
If you're not hungry for it, you're not going to get fucking anything.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. And then now you're in Hell's Horizons.
Yep.
And were you in bands before that?
No, so Hell's is my first thing.
Okay, cool. Fuck yeah, sick.
Yeah, so again, because through doing music in high school and then like in TAFE and shit, just constantly seeing everyone so far ahead of me on that skill level, I was like, no, I can't do it.
Okay.
And then you guys started playing shows, and I started coming to like local gigs in Brisbane, and started meeting like obviously met you guys through Ben and shit.
Yeah.
And then like through that ended up meeting Wade, who's obviously Virtuous and shit now.
Yeah.
And there was that moment of like, these shows are sick. Crowbar is fucking great.
Crowbar's great.
That side of the barrier.
Yeah.
It just, that's when it clicked, man. It was like, seeing mates play shows. It's just like, fuck, I want to be up there and share a stage with these motherfuckers.
Yeah. A lot of those shows didn't pull really well, but like they were so much fun, and it seemed like they were growing constantly. Like every time we played, there'd be more people coming out. Yeah,
100%. It was like seeing you guys play was always so much fun.
Thanks, man.
Pulling fucking rowboats and shit.
Just
crazy shit.
The meme rowboat. Which then got taken from us. It wasn't a meme anymore. It was done seriously. And it was kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Like it started appearing in download, and it was like, hang on a minute, this is a thing that was happening in Brisbane for like nobody bands at the time.
Literally, yeah. Fucking nobody's doing it, and then like it happens there. It's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not taking credit for nothing. I don't want any responsibility for that shit.
No, it's funny as fuck though.
Yeah. Sick. And then I know you were working on Hell's Horizons for like ages before like finally putting out some music now.
Yeah. So yeah, I started jamming with Liam back in August 2018.
Okay. Fucking whoa.
yeah, so I went to the Dead of Winter gig in 2018.
Yeah.
Ran into a dude there that was like super keen on getting something started. Was playing drums.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's organize something. I ended up adding that dude on Facebook as you do. And a few weeks later, Liam, our guitarist, put a post in one of the groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
And he listed like a bunch of influences and shit. And one of those influences was Typo Negative.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'm down to fuck around with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I messaged him and was like, how much do you want to lean into this like doomy Typo influence? He was like, man, I just want to be doing shit. Cool.
Yeah.
I already know a drummer that's keen. Let's organize something. Put everyone in a group chat. Cool, let's go. Old Mac drummer ends up being like, yeah, let's jam over at VS Studios. They're close to a train station. I can just bring my cymbals, hire a kit, set a date.
Yeah.
Fucking the first date we set ended up having to can it because two of us were doing overtime that day. So we're like, fuck, we'll move.
Okay, yeah.
And then out of nowhere, Old Mac drummer drops off the face of the fucking planet.
Oh man.
Just gone.
Yeah.
So
and drummers like make or break bands. I've said it like 1,000 times. Yeah, you don't have a drummer, you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. So we went from like, here's 3 people ready to go to let's fuck around and write riffs on guitars and bass for 2 years and fucking search for a drummer. And that's exactly what happened. Was 2 years of trying to find a fucking
drummer. It literally takes that long. If you can't find them, man, that takes that long.
Yeah, man. And then obviously between like COVID and everything, we were just like, oh fuck, we can't do anything at the moment.
Yeah. Well, we had the same issue with Shokan. Like I think we did a practice. We just got a new drummer, not our current drummer, but one before that. I think we'd done like a handful of practices and then lockdown hit and we were like, well, fuck me. Like now we can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we just ended up jamming while we could up until COVID started. I think we were jamming pretty consistently like every week.
Yeah.
Riffs, just fucking around, like getting to know each other, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then once COVID was done, one of the Facebook groups, the Metal Music Discovery Australia or whatever it is, was doing a meetup at Jolly Roger.
Okay.
So we were like, fuck it, let's just go meet some people, talk shit.
Yeah.
And then we're there, been there for a few hours, pretty blind, just sitting at a table, and we're talking to one guy that we've met, and out of nowhere, his mate comes over fucking screaming cattle decapitation lyrics at us. And I'm like, this dude's cool as shit. What's going on here? And we found out that dude played drums. And well, I'm like, do you want to be in a band? He's like, I'm already in too, but I'll have a crack. Told him what we were doing, sent him demos, and like 3 days later, we were jamming. And
fuck yeah.
So that was like November, and then we were jamming pretty consistently, went into the studio end of May, smashed out instrumentation for 4 songs and fucking vocals for like 2 of them.
Sick. So, and you did the recording at Via as well.
So we just took a day off work, spent like 12 hours there, smashed everything out, just amped everything up, everyone in the room at the same time, let's go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I can't do the sitting in front of a laptop tracking individual instruments. I just can't do it.
It can be mind numbing.
Yeah. So, and like we rehearse, all 3 of us in a room, jamming. Yeah. That's how we play. Why not record it that way?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It comes across a lot more natural. It's going to have more of the live feel for when you are playing shows as well.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, hopefully soon.
Well, yeah, if fucking lockdowns stop getting extended, that'd be great. So I just had a show fucking cancelled.
Yeah, I'm so fucking cut last night. Show got cancelled.
Oh, man. It's actually the second time that show's been moved. Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully 16th of September. That would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking excellent. But yeah. And what's the move from now with Hell's Horizons? Like, you just put out one single, or are you just going to put out another single soon and then more songs later, or are you just going to put out a small EP?
So we're going to redo some vocals for the second song.
Yeah.
Because we did them on the day, and we were like, we can do this better.
Yeah.
Went in and redid them, and then they fucking didn't save to the flash drive, so we're gonna go again. Yeah, you know how it is, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, once those are done, and we get a mix and master back on that,
cool.
We'll put that one out. We want to start playing shows, or I want to start playing shows as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I know we've discussed the whole, we'd rather not play fucking sit down shows, but at the same time, I'm like, well, no one knows who we are.
Yeah.
We're playing this weird mix of like grungy, gothy, doomy shit.
Yeah.
And if people are sitting down, I don't have to feel like, oh, they're just standing there because don't know what to do.
Impress me, bro. Up the back of the room. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas at least if they're all sitting down anyway, I can just be like, well, they're sitting down because they have to.
Yeah. I think now shows, like, because that was the thing in the beginning when shows started happening again, is they were mostly sit down. I think now you can stand up. It's just limited capacity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, either way, like, I think people are just keen to see shows again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that, you know, the fact that we're putting together shit that even we sit there every week and go, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all creative expression, really. Like, it is whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And like, that was the thing. That, I think that's why we had to get people like drummers and shit online as well. Because we'd list off these influences and be like, all right, well, we're super into Code Orange, we're super into Typo Negative, we like Sabbath, we like Alice in Chains, we love Slipknot, and we're trying to do this weird gothy doom thing that we're smashing it all together into.
Yeah.
And people are like, what? But as soon as I sent demos to this new guy, he was like, I heard that song and I was like, I want to fucking play drums on that.
That's sick. Fuck yeah.
And it was that ability to sit there and have a conversation with them and get passionate about it.
Yeah.
That I think is what hooks people in.
Yeah. Well, like, if it's something that touches them and something that they think is interesting to listen to or interesting to do, then they're going to put more effort and time into it.
Yeah, 100%. And like, that's the thing too. You turn around and tell people online, oh yeah, I'm playing like bass chords for an entire song. Like, and this next single that's coming out is written completely off the bass line.
Okay.
Like, it didn't come from a guitar riff or a drum pattern. It was me fucking around playing chords on bass and then playing an arpeggiated section and being like, these fit together really well. Can we work something like that? And then as a band, we've always sort of gone, well, yeah, how do we make this work? Not, oh, that doesn't work and I can't be fucked to work it out. Yeah.
Because like, I think even mentioning that Code Orange is an influence, they're a band that will go from one thing to another within the same song. Yeah, like even the Mud. The first time I heard the Mud, I was like, "What the fuck? Did this song just end?" And then it starts again. And it fucking blew me away. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, dude, fucking, they are such a good band.
They're killer.
When they were playing at Sydney for Download, I was sitting there and I was just like, people were fucking crowd killing to like the sound check of that band. I'm like, these guys are gonna go so hard.
Yeah, they're fucking.
And then they came out and they just destroyed everything. And then I'm standing there and out of nowhere I get a tap on the shoulder. I turn around and it's Ben. And he's like, who the fuck are these guys? I'm like, this is Code Orange.
Yeah, man.
He's like, I just came from Behemoth and I'm so glad I left.
That's sick.
And then I walked out of that pit and bought tickets to the show at the zoo the next night.
Oh, the one at the zoo the next night.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember talking about that because I think we had a show like around that same time, but it wasn't the same night. And we were talking about it in the group chat, and someone was like, "Oh, who's that band?" I was like, "Go see them, and you won't come out alive. Like, trust me, you will get murdered at Code Orange." Yeah.
And we were in Sydney for Download, obviously, and we flew in like late afternoon, early night for Sydney. Got off the plane into a taxi. Got the taxi, dropped the missus off at home, take me straight to the zoo. And I walked in like partway through Shackle's set and just went and like was like, yep, let's go again. And then they finished their set, man, put their instruments down, like didn't even take their instruments off stage, just put them down on stage, jumped off and sat there and talked to everyone in the crowd for the next 20 minutes, half hour.
Yeah.
They're just
salt of the earth, hardcore as fuck,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that's the shit I
no
fuck with.
ego about it, eh?
Yeah.
So good.
And it pays off because they've been doing it since they were like kids and shit, like
Yeah.
literal children.
Yeah.
And like just like plugging away, playing house shows through Pennsylvania and like just doing the thing. Now they're a Grammy award winning fucking hardcore band. It's like, what the fuck?
But again, just passionate about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're hungry for it.
Yeah. And they're like chasing their next horizon constantly.
Yeah, exactly. Like
just fucking
they
awesome.
put out Underneath, and then like the world goes to shit. And they had a live stream show set up within.
They were like the first band to do a live stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were just like on it straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I can't say enough good things about that band.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna put this one in a shorter episode because I'm gonna do 2 of newer bands.
Yep.
Start expanding the themes of the podcast. So do like the regular hour longs and then do like a special episode and then a feature one of like 2 newer bands.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So this will be part of that. So check out Hell's Horizons, like fucking everywhere you can get them.
Yep.
Shows and shit, fucking new music coming. And we'll get into your 5 favorite bands of all time, and then we'll hit your socials and shut it down.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Sick.
I knew this question was coming, and I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Still top 5 bands. I reckon I've got to go. I gotta go Amity. Like
Amity.
Yeah. So because I got into Amity on the Youngbloods album, and then from the last tour in Brisbane that they did for Chasing Ghosts, which I think was 2013, up until the Misery tour, I didn't miss the Brisbane show.
Okay, fuck, whoa.
Like, fuck, I got engaged in an Amity show at the Tivoli.
Excellent.
Like, so, yeah, like, they're definitely top 5. Typo.
Okay, cool.
Because, you know, weird gothy shit again.
Yeah, goth stuff's fucking tough.
Yeah. Definitely Murder Dolls, man.
Fuck yeah, sick. 100%. Fuck it.
Yeah, like, dude, I had the same fucking haircut as their original bassist.
Eric Griffin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking frothed Eric Griffin and Ben Graves. Like that first Murder Dolls lineup was fucking Chef Kiss, the fucking best.
Yeah, so fucking good. But yeah, like, idolized that band in high school.
Yeah, so good.
To the point of like exact same haircut.
Yeah.
Same colors and everything.
Fuck yeah. I've got a Murder Dolls tattoo on the front of my shin.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like blacked out red. It is tough as fuck. It's so sick.
Hell yeah.
I love a Murder Dolls. Rip Joey. Down, up, down.
Oh, dude.
Oof.
Dude. So fucking kind of about that.
Gutted. That actually fucked me up.
Yeah, like that floored our drummer, right? Because he was like, that was the dude that made me pick up sticks.
Yeah, 100%. I'd already been playing drums by the time I found out about Slipknot, but once I did, it was like I picked up drums like on another level once I found out about Slipknot, because I was like, Joey is the fucking man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Anish Kari would be another one.
That's
cool.
Yeah.
Because Anish Kari are just so good at blending so many genres. Same way that Karo do, but it's different. They don't do the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
So good. And they stand by their ideals too.
Like,
they're not singing about shit because they think that they should be. They're singing about it because that's what they fucking believe in.
Yeah.
And then 5 would be probably Metallica, man. I was so into Metallica when I was in high school and shit. Hey.
Dad metal.
Yeah, as everyone fucking knows it now. And that's the thing too. Like I say, like Metallica, it's that first 3-4 records and then like newer shit. The 90s shit I don't fuck with.
Yeah. yeah.
But yeah, no. Yeah, they're definitely like those are the bands that I can just put on.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there's obviously other ones. Like
those first 3 or 4 albums that Metallica put out are like probably the most influential metal albums of modern metal.
Yeah, 100%. Like you don't end up with like major influence of the like fucking Swedish melodic death metal scene. It has to be Metallica. Like you listen to Arch Enemy songs and it's like full melodic breaks in the middle that are pretty much the same style as Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
Like,
well, even for like the incline in the American thrash scene, like without Metallica, do Slayer get as big? Do Megadeth start? Do Anthrax get as big?
Like, exactly.
And then even carrying on through the 90s, like is Korn a thing? Is fucking Slipknot a thing? Yeah.
Is Pantera ever come around?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, they're definitely like, everyone gives them shit because they're so big, but they're so big for a reason.
Yeah, I think it was the Load and Reload albums that really fucked them up.
Yeah.
They were not good.
Yeah, it's weird, hey, people either really like those albums, but fucking hate them.
Well, there's a couple of good tracks, like King Nothing's fucking banger.
Yeah, like Fuel's always going to be a good song.
Yeah, I sit on a weird line with Fuel because I used to drag race when I was younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Fuel was like the song. Anytime you do like a video package for like Top Door Slammer elimination brackets, it'd be like Fuel and like staying awake till 3 a.m. because you're a child and they're like, oh, we need to get one elimination round through before we cancel this entire meeting. Let's push the kids out there at 3 a.m. Hearing Fuel at 3 a.m. gives me the shits. At that point, I love Cradle of Filth and Murder Dolls and Slipknot and like Dimmu Borgir. I'm fucking all this shit. And I'm like, Fuel can fuck off for all I care. I don't want it.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
Yeah. But Metallica's
I didn't know you used to drag race.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it too much, but it's a thing.
Yeah, there you go. Shit.
Yeah, 6, so top 5. That's it.
Yeah, dude.
Cool. And socials for yourself, the band, everything.
Yeah, so the band's Hell's Horizon on Facebook, Hell's Horizon on Instagram. I guarantee we'll end up fucking TikTok at some point because
we already are.
Yeah, I think I follow you on that. But yeah, and then I mean you don't want to follow my socials, they're fucking boring shit. It's just gonna be me talking about the band anyway.
See, preaching to the choir at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck yeah, cool. So Hell's Horizons, fucking get fed by them.
Yeah, let's go.
Sick. Hey man.
Hey man, how you going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on. We appreciate it.
All good. We'll just get straight into it and we'll go for the first heavy-ish band you remember hearing ever.
Korn.
Sick.
Korn. I was 13. I was 13 and it was when Follow the Leader came out.
Cool.
And so it was actually the first ever record that I bought.
Sick.
Because I heard people at school listening to it and I was not very popular at school, so I wanted to be like to be like the cool kids, and all the cool kids were listening to Korn.
Korn's fucking sick.
Yeah,
game changers.
The first one.
Yeah,
100%.
That's so sick. That's interesting in comparison to like what you play in Outer Worlds. It's like heavy, but like I get more of like a Ghost Inside vibe from that opposed to a Korn vibe.
I think it's like one of like the biggest cliches that musicians say. It was like, oh, I listen to everything, but we really listen to everything. Like I think what makes Outer Worlds so good isn't necessarily that Joel and I like the same thing because we do the greatest majority, if not all, the writing in the band. But we just vibe on like a good level. Like the stuff he listens to is vastly different to what I listen to. Like we just somehow find a way to make it work in the middle. So but we love all things that are heavy. And I think with music, it's just got to hit you. Like it can be just someone playing an acoustic, but if it hits you right, if it's something special about it and it hits you right here, then that's it. That's all we're trying to achieve. Just those moments where it goes, oh man, right in the feels.
And those aren't even necessarily like lyrical things. Like they could be something as simple as like, for me, the best example is The Plot and You. They'll do like weird things, like just single kick snare thing. And I'm just like, oh, get fucked. Like so sick.
Yeah, as long as that makes you do this face, it's all good. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
my nipples are so hard. Right, that's it. It's all about the feeling, the texture.
Yeah. Textured music is fucking sick.
100%. That's how we do it.
Fuck yeah, cool. And you guys are from Victoria, obviously. Like the entire Australian scene right now is shit house because of COVID, venues shutting down, shows getting cancelled and postponed all over the place. How's that affected you guys?
Not really. Joel and I have been working together as like a writing team for a really long time.
Okay.
I always sort of try and say that we're kind of like the heavy metal version of like Bernie Taupin and Elton John. We are always making stuff. So the lockdown actually worked in favor for us. We were in another band together before Outer Worlds came about.
Yeah.
And that's where we come up with the idea of like, hey, let's write and record an EP.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, let's record an album as well. So then we have the album sitting in the chamber.
Sick.
And then release the EP to get people interested. And then when companies or reps or management people sort of come about, we say, oh, by the way, we actually have a whole new record sitting right here. Yeah. So we just use that time to our advantage. We love to record. We obviously love to play live shows, but we saw it as a great opportunity. It's like, hey, the rules of the game have changed. We can either sit and bitch and complain about it, which a lot of bands are doing.
Yeah.
No finger pointing specifically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But it's like, well, let's just fucking write as many songs as we absolutely can.
Yeah. I think like it's the best time for writing, but the worst time for shows.
Absolutely.
Yeah, where everybody's just like pumping out content, but like you can't like perform that content and expose that content to like newer people.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's like certain in life, especially when it comes to the music industry, like even though this is like our first release that's really starting to get any attention, but Joel and I, we've both been doing this for a very, very long time. Like I'm closer to 40 than I am to 30. But what's one thing that's certain is that, you know, things change. Like I'm sure when people that are complaining about how this COVID is affecting the way that we make music now are the same people that bitched and complained when people stop looking at their MySpace page, you know what I mean? Like shit changes. It's just the way it is. So like you can like sit in the back wearing, you know, a denim vest with all of your favorite bands who are above the age.
All your dad metal bands.
Yeah, all above the age of 60. Like, man, no one's ever going to be better than Saxon. Or just fucking roll with the time and realize that it's art. So I think if you're a creative, you should just be creating. Just create. That's what you should do. And you should use this time as an ability to be able to hyper focus on your craft and try and do as many different things as you can. Yeah,
for sure. And it's all about adaptability. Like the bands that can adapt to changing times, the ones that like keep going.
That's right. Yeah. I always say like the music industry and music in general is like being in love with a really beautiful woman. And you can buy her as many drinks as you want, and you can tell her how much you love her. But unless you change and adapt, she's going home with someone else. Yeah. So you have to roll with the times and just be, you know, you may be I'm the sickest guitar player out there, but where's your content? Where's your records? Where's your YouTube? Where's your followers? Who's got eyes on you? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think like even like adapting to the way the sounds change within the industry. Like a couple of years ago, the 2012 Warped Tour bands, they were all the rage, and the ones that couldn't adapt, now what are they doing? Putting out albums that nobody listens to. Yeah. The irony is that all of those people that were like, oh man, fucking, especially I love to use Bring Me the Horizon as an example. It's like, man, that dude's vocals are fucking shit. That's crap. Blah, blah, blah. Those same people are now making, you know, cheap third tier imitations of Eternal right now. It's weird. Metal and hardcore has got this weird gatekeeping culture where it's just like, we don't like you. I'm gonna put you in a vice and make you feel like shit for the next 10 years. And if you last 10 years, I'll get a tattoo of your band on my shoulder. Then you're allowed in. Yeah, you're allowed in. Then I will allow you. I'll stitch your insignia on my denim vest. For sure. Sick. Cool. And what were the other bands that you and Joel were in before Outer Worlds? So we were in a hardcore band from Frankston Way called He Who Seeks Vengeance. Made a couple of records with them. I'm still in the band as the bassist and vocalist. Sweet. But Joel sort of, he took off. He wanted to do his own things. It was all amicable. We're all really mates with each other. And then I think it was just around about that time. I wasn't too sure if I was interested or not. I know that Joel was very, very interested, but I'm a massive, huge of Mice and Men fan. And
Sick.
and obviously Joel really started to get into their newer stuff with Aaron Pauley on vocals now. And so he just sent me a couple of demos, and I was just kind of like, oh shit, I'm totally gonna do this. And so, and it was also a really great avenue for myself. Like I wanted to change and grow and evolve. I didn't want to just be that hardcore screamer. I wanted to contribute riffs and do a lot more writing, and also do a lot more clean singing as well, which is stuff I'd never really done before.
Cool. Fuck yeah, that's sick.
So but and Joel and I, we have like a mutual love of things just like that, like I don't want to say classic Australian music, but like the good old days when like Dead Letter Circus and a Butterfly Effect and Cog, we always vibed together on that. So when we were in He Used Expansions, and we were really, you know, the band was in a bit of turmoil at the time, so him and I basically did the greatest majority of the writing for that second record, and we did it all off our own back and did a lot of like producing it ourselves and just a lot of learning brand new skills. And so He Used Expansions is probably the biggest band that we had together. We also had a rap duo group called Skate. It's out there. Go find it. And we released it because we were big fans of like West Coast rap, and so we made rap. So we're always just playing and experimenting.
Cool. Fuck yeah, that's excellent. Just like keeping a creative freedom like wide open. That's so sick.
Plus everyone loves like that real ochre Australian tone on rap music. Isn't it just the best?
I'm not into it, but no, that's sick.
I made it, and I don't even think I'm into it.
Like
it's like after it was done, it's like, oh, what a great record. Like it's a record. Like
it exists. It happens to be a record.
It was a thing. Like definitely for sure.
No, it's sick. Well, that's like I think more beneficial for being in the music industry for a longer time is like being able to explore all your creative avenues to get it all out, so you're not becoming jaded and bored of what you're doing.
I think it's one of the hardest things I've ever seen. Like some of the most amazing, talented, skilled musicians I've ever seen have had the shortest time in the scene. They burn themselves out. They either don't get the success they feel they deserve or the recognition. I try not to go down that path. It's all about personal satisfaction. Some of my favorite songs that I've created, or some of the best music that I've done, no one listens to it. It's just for my own personal satisfaction. And I think I came up with that idea after reading an article about Avril Lavigne, believe it or not, how she hates that song Complicated so much.
What a banger.
But of course she has to play it at every single show. And so I always try to say, I want to create music where after I'm playing this song for the 600th time, do I still love it? Do I still feel it? Because I think, especially as a front man up on stage, if you're not feeling it, the crowd is way smarter than you think. They will pick up on it. And if you don't give a shit, then they are not going to give a shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So I always say I think that's the reason why Joel and I have only just started getting recognized for our music now in our 30s, rather than the last 15 years we've been making music, because we've always stuck to, this is what we like. This is what we're going to make. If we never make it, that's okay. But at least we love it. There's nothing worse than becoming a successful commercial product, and then suddenly a year later you're stuck with a whole bunch of nooses around your neck playing shit you fucking hate.
You've outgrown essentially.
Exactly. Yeah.
Stay
true, people. Stay true.
Sick.
These nuts. Stay true.
What a fucking album. That is a great album. So sick.
What a band.
They're fucking great. Rip Sean Kennedy forever.
Oh,
devastated by that.
I still I haven't grown up. I still listen to that sort of stuff. Like,
fuck yeah.
like the amount of times I'm just like, what should I listen to today? All of this new music. I'm just like, I'm going to listen to Cancer by Confession. Just
or like Hanging Hose by Their Toes from Buried in Verona. Just like that's old shit. Yeah.
Single note, zeros and ones.
Yep.
That's it. It's
done.
They've made the perfect genre. Just everything else doesn't matter. It's just right there. There it is.
Little keyboard whittles. It's all good.
That's right. Don't bore us. Get to the chorus. That's right.
Sick. Cool, man. Well, what's next for Outer Worlds?
Well, we've just signed with Six Wave Records.
Yep.
Harry, which I know you, Harry. Like Harry organized this. I'm not going to pretend like you know Harry, right? Of course you know Harry. So, but yeah, we've just signed with him there. We have a lot of he's put a lot of plans in place, and he's moving things very, very quickly. So we I'm kind of getting told what to do, which is really, really nice. So we had a plan. It was like, oh, I guess we'll just like get this record mixed and mastered and then start doing some stuff. But Harry's got like a really cool like tiered plan in place where all of us are working together. Like we help Six Wave grow. Six Wave helps us grow. And at the moment, we're just kind of like enjoying the ride. So we just do what we always do. We just keep writing tunes, man. We just keep working and keep grinding but obviously we need to get our social media presence way up. I think that's one of the sort of risk and benefits. Like we've made so much music, we've done but no one knows about it because social media was one of those things that in the past when we were in Here Six Vengeance and I was running Outcast bookings and I was doing all this other stuff before COVID, I just got like crazy burnt out with the social media stuff because you're pushing and pushing and pushing and eventually there's no satisfaction. All you know is just the push. So I'm sort of easing back into that now, and we're getting some schedules in place and just doing real fun stuff like make a playlist like what's Joel's top 30 songs and then share it on Instagram and just watch people go crazy and shout out local hardcore bands. Think that we're amazing, and of course I've now got to act like I'm bigger than everyone else, and I'll be like, like whatever, man, just don't touch me, all right? It's like, you stay over there. Driven to the Verge, you stay over there. Great band, by the way.
Cool, fuck yeah,
amazing band, fucking
sick. Awesome, man. Well, who mixed the EP, the EP album? EP.
Joel, baby.
Joel, sick.
Joel is one talented motherfucker. That like, and I'll be honest with you, when it comes to that EP, he wrote everything. He wrote every line. He did everything. I think I had like some minimal input here and there. You know, some like, hey, maybe we'll try this, or hey, I've got a riff idea. But Joel does all of that, and which is why we wanted to go with that approach of like recording the EP and then having the album in the chamber, because I hate to be that dickhead because I'm trying to promote everyone to be like, go and listen to our EP. But the album is way fucking better.
It needs to be.
Just in
realistically.
Just in terms of production and how like Joel's all self-taught, man. Like it was all out of necessity. Like we didn't have any money, we didn't have any connections, and he's just like, I'm just gonna learn this shit from scratch, and like old school, like reading books and just trying and he really sunk his teeth into the second He Who Seeks Vengeance album. That was 15 tracks, and he did all that shit himself in terms of all the mixing and just mix after mix after mix after mix, and just he's one talented dude. He is my meal ticket. I'm riding I'm riding his coattails as we speak.
Excellent. That's sick. I think that's like the easiest way to get a band up and running the quickest is to just do it all yourself.
It's grunt work. It's definitely grunt work.
Because nobody's gonna, like, realistically, nobody cares about your band more than you do.
No.
So if you're the one doing everything.
And to be fair though, in the day and age that we live in, like Outer Worlds is a pretty damn good band. I'm sure in Melbourne there's 2,000 or 3,000 other bands which are just as good. We are in an amazing time where creative people have got greater access to technology. They're able to afford these things. They're able to have programs to help them visualize their concepts. And so there's just some unbelievable music out there. That was one of the reasons why I started Outcast bookings pre-COVID, is because there was just no venues that in Melbourne that wanted to play hardcore stuff. It's all about that indie acoustic shit, no offense. And so we were just chucking on shows because there was just some of the most amazing bands out there with no one to play to, and I'm sitting there listening to them going, Jesus Christ, these guys are amazing. You know, if this was 20 years ago, they're signed. They're off to Epitaph. They're gone. It's we live in an amazing age where there's just a shit ton of talent around, and
there's so much.
It's hard to rise above to get noticed because there's just so much noise going on around.
There's so much good stuff happening constantly, especially in Australia for like local music. It's like there are some fucking sick bands coming out all the time.
And I hate to sound like a massive stereotype, but like in terms of like some of the passion and that you feel when it comes to like hardcore and metal, I swear bands in Australia and New Zealand we just do it better. It's just got like a grit about it, and I'm just like, it's just everything just like hits you right there in the chest.
I think it's because like Australia is so far away from like the more influential places like the Europe and America and stuff, that when we do get bands come in here, we froth it more and appreciate it more. So then we want to make it as good as we can.
I think that the way that touring works as well has played a big, massive influence on how Australian bands sound, because you can see that we're pushing really, really hard to push the boundaries, to push the limits. Like you got to remember this whole new metalcore thing that everyone's frothing over in America.
Yeah.
That shit was started with Alpha Wolf and Dealer. You can't fucking tell me otherwise. You know what I mean? And so that's fucking us. You know what I mean? That we're the ones who are pushing those creative boundaries. When metalcore needed a kick in the ass, it was Parkway Drive. You know what I mean? So we do that shit a lot. And I think the reason for that is because when those touring bands are coming out, back in the old days, you used to be able to prop up the scene by having headliner from America and then 5 or 6 support acts from Australia. But because it's so heavily flooded, when people are coming out, you've got 4 bands from America
and one local Australian act.
If you're lucky, we've got to test out the sound. Let's just put this band on. So I think here in Australia we have to try harder. I think bands in Australia have to work harder than American bands, than UK bands. I think we have to push harder because we're on a big fucking island where
it's the least influential of heavy music, but we're putting out the best content.
Unbelievable. Yeah, absolutely. And then and not only that, but most of all this content is coming from bedrooms and little home studios, just like what Joel and I are making.
Literally, yeah. Well, even Alpha Wolf's new album came from Lance's house.
That's how you do it, man.
So it's like, what the fuck?
And it just seems that just when like this heavy scene needs something to just to kick it in the ass and breathe fresh life into it, like the grindcore scene, that's stuff when King Parrot came out, bang, just kicked it in the ass. Like, whoa, where the fuck that come from? It's like, oh man, everyone's getting a little bit sick of this whole Architects core, because there's C level, D level, gent core. Next, a band like Thornhill comes out, releases Nurture, and you're just like, what? Where's like, you're 17. Like it's like
them and Polaris definitely kicked that stuff right back up.
And just blew people's minds. So Australia, I know it sounds stereotypical, but Australia, honest to God, we just make the fucking best shit. We really do.
For sure. Yeah, sick, man. Awesome. Well, this has been rad. We'll hit your top 5 favorite bands, and then we'll just get out of here, and socials for everything
of all time.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a good one.
All right, okay.
Gets everybody.
Okay, A Perfect Circle.
Oh, fuck. Yes.
A Perfect Circle.
Excellent. What album is your favorite?
Murder Noms.
Okay, cool. Sick.
Murder Noms. Oh, man. A Perfect Circle. Cannibal Corpse.
Okay, sick.
Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Damn, man! What I should have prepared earlier. All right, okay, The Perfect Circle, Cannibal Corpse, Of Mice and Men.
Okay, sick.
As I Lay Dying.
Oh.
And Sage Francis.
Okay.
Rapper.
Okay, cool.
That'd be my top 5.
Sick.
Yeah. Perfect Circle, Cannibal Corpse, Of Mice and Men, As I Lay Dying, Sage Francis. 100%. In terms of influence, in terms of everything. Yeah, definitely.
Sick. And new Of Mice and Men or old Of Mice and Men?
New Of Mice and Men.
The newest.
I swear to God, I'm going to get punched in the face, but everything from Defy onwards.
Okay.
Aaron Pauley is amazing.
Sick.
And to think that not only has he just taken that band and he's done what few musicians are able to do. Lots of people go, we're a heavy band, we want to do the rock stuff. Aaron Pauley's just like, I kind of don't want to do the rock stuff. I just want to make really, really good heavy stuff. So he's now made them heavier. Yeah. He's writing a whole bunch of the riffs, does all the singing, does all the vocals, all the concept. Like you can't tell me that they are sitting at the top of the older school metalcore table right now.
They were they blew up huge instantly from their first and second albums. And then when Aaron joined, they started to go towards that more radio metal sound. And then once Austin left, just launched straight back up, which is sick.
And his voice, his heavy vocals in particular are just insane. They've got so much warmth and depth to them. I can tell you that, like, with the horrible, nasty shit that people have to listen to when I do vocals, I'm just trying to sound like him, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. But no, absolutely. Thank you so much for today.
That's all good. Do you want to hit your socials for your personal and Outer Worlds and anything else?
All right, for all the people out there, I'm an old man, so I don't I can't rattle this stuff off. Sick. First and foremost, throughout Facebook and Instagram, this stuff, go and check out Sixth Wave Records. Go have a chat with Harry, show Harry your stuff. Like, the guy is a visionary, and he sold me easy. So and of course, Outer Worlds Band on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We're on YouTube as well. We got to think we've only really just started kicking this into gear. So if you have a look, there's not going to be a shit ton of content there, but that will be obviously coming up in the next few weeks and next coming months. And so, yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much. And shout out to you, man. You should plug your socials right now. Right? You should plug your socials right now.
I do it at the end of the episode. It's all good.
Nice.
I hit my shit. I get my shit in.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'll cut off Scott's interview. Like, I'll cut him off. I need to get my shit in. Like, fuck that dude, man.
Nah, sick, man. Thanks for doing the podcast.
No, anytime. Thank you so much for having me on. It was a pleasure.
Awesome. Done for another week. Huge thanks to Matt for reaching out to do the podcast. I've known Matt for ages, so it was good to have a chat with him. And go check out Hell's Horizons wherever you listen to music, and check them out on Facebook and Instagram at Hell's Horizons. And a huge shout out to Scott for doing the podcast, and check out Outer Worlds wherever you listen to music as well, and check them out on Facebook and Instagram at Outer Worlds Band. And that interview with Scott was set up by Harry from Sixth Wave Records, so huge thanks to him for reaching out as well and setting up the thing with Scott. So check out Sixth Wave Records on Instagram and Facebook at Sixth Wave Records. This was heaps of fun. I loved being able to feature some up and coming bands and new bands doing some cool stuff, as well as I love bringing interviews with established bands. So if you're in an established band or an up-and-coming band, feel free to reach out to me. My emails and DMs are always open. I've always got time for anybody. And yeah, we'll just grow the scene together. Reach out. I'll have you on. We'll talk music. And if you like what I'm doing over here with the podcast, share it, tell a friend, and subscribe, and follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you listen. And follow on Instagram and Facebook at Heavy Sweater Podcast. Also, Thursday the 16th of September, my band Shokan is playing the Bright Side with Isolation to launch their new EP, This World Grows Cold, which has been out for a while now. It's fucking sick. Go check that out. Get tickets at Isolation's Linktree, and get tickets at Shokan's Linktree. There's a Facebook group, or just come to the fucking door and buy tickets on the 16th of September at the Bright Side. We'll be playing with, obviously, Isolation and Salt Money, Entrapment, and Harbour the Code. Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, come back next Wednesday. We'll have a new episode with a new guest. Thanks for listening.